Here is our long beans. We call them bora where I come from in South America. This is our current bora tree or bora vine in the great state of Texas. Check our girl out today. Look at these flowers. And these are all the young bora. Look at this one. This is a baby. Just out yesterday. Here. These are a little older. And we have more flowers there. There we go. Some of the baby ones. More flowers in the back. This tree is planted in the corner here, and baby is luscious and beautiful. We have picked and picked from this vine, and here we go. Several. These are the flowers. The flowers have their own beauty. And then there's a immature flower behind there. That's probably going to open tomorrow or the other day. Another set of young flowers there. Budding. And I think we're going to be picking a couple of bora soon. As a matter of fact, we pick some every day. And as you can see, our girl is just doing her thing. So here is a bitter melon or cerasee. We call it Carila. The Jamaicans call it cerasee. I think the Asians call it bitter melon. That's the flower. This thing has been growing here with this bora / long beans all summer. And let me tell you, I believe our girl is suffocated here because she has produced absolutely nothing. Not one thing have we gotten from that. We just get the beauty of yellow flowers. That's it. That is it. Look at this thing. This thing. If we could eat these leaves, we would be in business. Look at this. Look at that there. All of those. All of those. Of course, you see we've had to prop it up because these vines grow and wrap around each other and get pretty heavy. And this is our little yearly planting. My mother is the planter, and then I help reap. There we go. We got these babies here, there, and everywhere. And it's not even a lot of plants. It is maybe about 5 plants in the ground there, but then it grows up and just gets luscious all the way down that way. Just gets beautiful. Over here we have squash. Squash is a Guyana thing. Asians have it as well. There's a baby one, probably about 4 days old. There's another tiny baby at the back of it. And this one there, this little one. This one is older, but this one here is maybe about 3 days old. It's kind of hard to see. There's that one there. Brand new baby. You see how they come? The squash, it starts out with the fruit, and then the flowers open. See, for instance, here, this one is not going to make a fruit. This is a male flower. But then the one with the fruit like this one is female flower. And so once it opens, it still needs to be fertilized. Otherwise, like this one back here, doesn't may not make it if it's not fertilized. And so there we have a pair, and these are actually twins, because look, you see they are growing from the same stem, and so they bifurcate over here, and we have one that's long, and this one, interestingly, is taking on its own shape. So what I did yesterday, in an effort, because we've had a lot of these flowers dying, in an effort to hopefully get the fruit and save them, I took one of the male flowers, which this past few days I haven't seen a lot of male flowers, and I pollinated these two with the, I got all up in that flower there and I pollinated them. So hopefully these two will become squash, the vegetable. But this is another luscious plant, just luscious. They're tiny ones. There's another tiny one, and they grow from the shoot. So this one here is another, see, check that out. Another tiny one now forming. And so we hope to get several fruit this year. Or vegetable, not fruit. Now here you see this one. This flower is a male flower. So you notice it does not have a fruit. So those do not. So a squash vine is actually a asexual vine. It self-pollinates. So there, this is a male flower. That one right there. There's no fruit attached to it, just the flower. And so no fruit will ever come from that. If it still have a fruit, it will start off with a fruit. There's another young squash, and that flower is going to open later today, and I am going to attempt to pollinate it and hope that it was successful. There's another. There is another squash. And so this vine has grown out. Look at it from here. This vine has grown out of that yard, covered this fence, grown all out here, and yes, we have picked squash off this vine already. Though not as many as we would have liked to claim that we picked. See there in the background, there's one big one, and it's probably about a week old at this point. So there that one is. Isn't she beautiful? So they get pretty big, and I don't see any more, just some tiny ones. The tiny ones I've shown you, and every day you wake up, those are more male flowers coming out. You see they have no fruit, unlike this one that is already has a fruit and the flower is not even opened yet. And like this one, that is a flower, just a male flower, no fruit. So that will never produce any fruits. And here we have Mr. Bitter Melon, Cerasee Carila, growing again, and has produced nada. Here is another baby squash. There she is. And so the new growths, the tips, are the ones that produce. And here's another baby squash. See that there? This right here already has a squash that's pretty small, now developing, and so that's how they come. And here, besides that one, There's yet another small one. I noticed later today these male flowers are gonna open and be beautiful as well. And so this vine is quite luscious. We sprayed some powder in them because we noticed there was some kind of insect laying eggs, and see those little tiny black eggs, like on this one right here, they hatch and become some kind of tiny worms, which are just hate those things. But yeah, these are some of the things we are growing this year. So Mr. Squash is here, and Mr. Bora Long Beans is over there. And I planted these beans, but first time ever I planted them. I picked few. They are not doing as well as I expected them to do. There you can see little flower buds coming up. I don't know. Next year I think we'll do better. There is an actual flower on it. And there. That's a flower for the bean. These are all budding. I have some okra trees. Okra. This is the red okra. It's pretty tall. And there's actually okra on it that I'm gonna pick this afternoon once I check the tail and it's limber, movable. I know it's not ready. And then just check out the flower. Okra, I think, has the most beautiful flowers. Look at that. Just beautiful. So these two trees are so tall. Look, check that out. So tall and so beautiful. And then another great thing with okra is that it puts out arms. It's the same tree, and that arm also bears, because here we have young okra and we have flowers. And there, this one also has an arm here, new arms coming out there, and this arm is bearing as well. And here we have picked fruits off. So one of the things with okra is that whenever you pick a fruit, they'll leave like a, I don't know, a scar behind. So we picked an okra there, picked an okra here. Somehow this one left a deep hole in there. And then, so as you pick, it gets taller, taller. And then here's the bud. You pick this one, another one is gonna develop. You pick, it gets tall. And those are the red okra, and this green okra, for some reason, never got as tall as that one. But we have picked several okra from there, as evidenced by the scars that have been left behind. And this one has arms as well. The arms are growing. I picked okra from there. So this is my neighbor's yard. Cactus. Our flower trees. Fertile myrtle. No, crepe myrtle. I don't know why I always call this thing fertile myrtle. This is crepe myrtle. Produces the most beautiful flowers, and we enjoy the nice shade it provides in between the houses. So lovely, lovely. She's a planter, but she doesn't plant vegetables. She's a flower planter. So there we go. So back to our little space. This I planted some, as we call it, edos. It's called what, taro in other cultures. And the okra, we have picked and picked okra from these things. This is the green okra. Here I have a small one to pick today. And this is the green okra with its yellow flower. Beautiful. The flowers look the same. Probably a little more pigment on the red ones. Have another okra there. This one flowered yesterday. And then there's that baby okra right there. Let me cover it back. Have to protect it. Oops. I try to cover it up, put the flower back on it from yesterday to try to protect it some from the Texas sun, but it refused to stay. So anyway, this corner is usually pretty cool, so it should be fine. And notice, like some okra trees have skinny leaves like this one, and then right next door we have okra tree with broad leaves. So I am not sure what the varieties are called. This one is quite lush, thick big leaves. We have one or two okra on there. We have several okra buds. Those are all going to become okra. And here, interestingly, is this insect. This colorful insect. It's there. I don't know what that is. Very interesting. Can't get it. When I go close, kind of blurs. It's so beautiful. But look at those colors. And then here we go from broad leaves back to skinny leaves and more proof of a symbiotic relationships between plants and insects, because there's that guy insect thingy that made its home there. Buds, small okra, and then there are the arms. They are bearing from the arms as well, which is beautiful. And then there's another arm forming there with the bud. And then this one has arms. So, and here we go. More skinny leaf okra. And that is it. And over here we have another long bean plant that probably gonna pick these tonight. This one is, I don't know, as old as the other one. For some reason, never got as luscious. Now it's started bearing. My mom put a little red string on it. Caribbean, West Indian, South American suspicion that keep the evil eye off of it. So we'll see how that goes. It is now October in Texas, so unsure how long we have. More often we have until November into maybe early December, depending on how vicious the weather is, that we may reap some more bora. So that's it. That's our little, we just basically planted the outskirts of the yard next to the fence. So there's that. There is Mr. Bora, and there's Mr. Squash next to it. Next door, I have a few interesting things. Buckets. So in the bucket, we have some sweet potatoes. This is cassava or yucca. Straight from, well, I'll keep that a secret. This one is a small yucca / cassava plant growing. This is pineapple, and she is healthy and beautiful. That one is taro. Taro, aka Edo. We've planted potatoes, Irish potatoes and sweet potatoes. More pineapple, more taro, another yucca. So we're partially ground and bucket farmers. Um, this is basil, aka married man pork. This is garlic. We planted garlic, or rather, my mother planted garlic, and this is shallots or spring onions that we planted here. So these are fairly newly planted, and probably need to cut these so that they can regrow. One of the beautiful things with this kind of thing, garlic, spring onions, and stuff like that, is that once you clip these off, you can use them and it's just gonna grow more. So they're kind of like plants that'll just keep producing, which is beautiful. We plant the base of onions in the ground and sometimes in the pots, and those will bear. Those will actually grow, and usually from the root part, when you're using the onions for cooking, we will plant the bottom, and what we get is 2 to 3 bulbs from that. So you can see that one is planted in the soil and it's growing. In this case, I think we'll end up with 2 onions because we have 2 separate buds here. We have one growing here and one growing there. Oops, I broke that a little bit. Oh, sorry, plant. And this one is another onion that I planted. That's white onion over there. This one is red onion, and this one has one. I'm not sure, is that see, it's got one here, and if you, right there, it's got a tiny one coming right there as well. So we'll end up with 2 onions from this plant, there and there. This is the cuttings of sweet potato that I've just clipped in the cuttings and tried planting those because I want to see if they will. You can grow it from that there at this point, though I don't think much will come out of that. I don't know what that is, so I just kind of planted those. Here we have an eggplant.